If you're new to sports betting, this is the perfect video for you. I'm going to break down all the basic concepts in sports betting, the terminology used, how to break down a bet slip and understand what you're betting, what the odds are, and what the payouts are, and then I'm going to get into some slightly more advanced concepts you can integrate later on in your sports betting career. The first column is titled Spread. This is the point differential needed. So if the Falcons are the underdogs, they can lose by 4, but since they're plus 4.5, that's counted as a win. You either add or subtract that total for the spread to be counted. So the Steelers need to win by 5 or more, and the Falcons need to lose by less than 5 for you to win that pick. And that pays even money, which is listed as minus 110. The fact that even money is listed as minus 110 is called the juice, and we'll get into that in a moment. The middle column is the over-under. This one's very simple. The over-under is the total points scored in the game. You choose over the number 38.5 or under. This always ends in 0.5 because you can't have a tie. So over 38.5 means 39 or more wins. Under 38.5 means 38 or fewer points scored. Hits the under. The far right column is where you see the money line play. This will be listed as money or ML. Money line means you're picking the team to win the game. That's why you get two different numbers. So the favorite, the Steelers, is minus 190, whereas the underdog is plus 155. Now, minus 190 means $190 risked will win you $100 in profit if it hits. That's always in reference to $100. So that also means 19 would win you 10, and so on. The odds are based off how much you would need to risk to win $100. On the flip side of that, where the Falcons are the underdogs, they're plus 155, which means risking $100 would net you $155 in profit if they win. Below is a baseball slip. Everything's the same for baseball except the spread here is referred to as the run line. In hockey, it would be referred to as the puck line, and then in football and basketball, it's referred to as the spread. Now let's go back to talking about the juice. This is also referred to as the VIG, V-I-G, or the hold. So minus 110 is considered even money, even though you need to risk $110 to win 100, which is 9% less, meaning you're giving up 4.5% overall, assuming you win half of your 50-50 bets. This is Vegas's cut. This is why the house always wins, because if you bet 100 and the other person bets 100, you win $91, Vegas wins $9. That's why they don't care who wins. If you live in New Jersey, you have an option to avoid this by using what's called profit exchange. That's peer-to-peer betting or a betting exchange market, meaning I can bet $100 and you can take my $100 and they take 1% as an operating fee. So this is an exchange market, not technically a sports book, and you save that 4.5%. This is only legal in New Jersey so far, so everyone in New Jersey should use this. Otherwise, I would recommend using BetMGM, which I have linked below. And if you can't use BetMGM, I would recommend BetUS, which is available everywhere in the US. To be profitable on a sportsbook, you need to be having a win percentage of about 52.6%, whereas to be profitable on an exchange, you only need to be successful 50.2% of the time. Over long term, this adds up to a tremendous amount of money. Now let's talk about payouts. If you see the below slip, at minus 135 odds, $150 pays out $261.11. Now, don't be confused. This is a profit of $111.61, but it reads including the initial amount wagered. So what you'll receive in your $261 is the $150 you wagered plus the $111 return. So this does not mean you're gaining $261. You're gaining $111 and you're having the initial bet, which is being held, returned to you. The last thing I'll talk about is bankroll management, and this is the most important thing you can do to avoid gambling ever becoming an issue. Gambling is an issue for a lot of people. It can be a dangerous thing, but if you use proper bankroll management techniques, you'll not only prove that you have this under control, you'll never have to deposit again after your initial one. Your bankroll is the total amount of money you have to gamble with. This means you never need to see this money again. This is entertainment money. It doesn't matter if you lost it. Let's say it's $1,000. Divide that 1,000 into 50. That's 2% of your bankroll, $20. That $20 represents 1 unit. So when you make your decisions, you are risking anywhere from 1 to 5 units. 5 units is the best, most confident play you'll ever see. This happens maybe once or twice a month if you're a very regular bettor. 1 unit is standard, 2 unit is not unusual, 3 or 4 is a very strong play. Now, at the end of every week, you tally up your wins and your losses. If you're down, let's say 20%, $200, your bankroll is now $800, which means your unit is now $16. If you were up $200, your bankroll would be $1,200, meaning your unit would be $24. So your unit is always a product of your overall bankroll. It's always 2%, which means you can never run out. Even if you drop down to $100, that would just mean that your bankroll is $2 units. And it would also show that something needs to change. If you go up to $2,000, you have $40 units. As much as you build, your unit builds with you, and you earn the opportunity to make bigger bets. It's always 2%, and you never risk more than 5 units, and you'll never have to deposit ever again. So these are the very basic tenets of sports betting. If you understand this, you can dip your toe and you can figure it out. Give it a chance. If you like this, go ahead, subscribe, and I'll introduce some more advanced techniques like line movement, sharp movement, square movement, and different things that give you a better idea of what's actually going to happen when you're predicting the outcome of a game.